You know what, y'all? There are so many of these stories about black hair being a problem in school or being a problem on the job. Maybe I need to create a whole new playlist on this, y'all. I think I could fill it up. I really do. This story comes out in the Daily News. Queens Catholic school told 8-year-old student to lose his cornrows in order to stay in class. Lawsuit. Wow. Here we go again. Here we go again. There always have been and always will be an obsession with our hair. So, this is something that started back during chattel slavery and it continues on to today. And this is one of many we're going to see all throughout the school year. But I'm glad at least these folks got a lawsuit going. So, October 30th, 2019. Oh boy. And I'm just looking at his hair, y'all. It's neat. And I see absolutely nothing wrong. But the usual people always see plenty wrong and want to make a big issue out of it. You know, they can't complain about us being black and having dark skin. Now, the next best thing is our hair. Thou shalt not covet, steal, or wear braids. A furious Queen's mom says a Catholic school discriminated against her 8-year-old son by telling him he couldn't wear his hair in cornrows. Jediah Batts came undone when he found out in September the braids he's been cultivating for years didn't pass the muster at Immaculate Conception Catholic Academy in Jamaica. I mean, just the name of the school alone would send me running. It wouldn't send me going to that school. Now his mother is taking the school to court, and what will be an early test of a state law passed in July barring policies that ban traditionally black hairstyles like braids and locks. I was infuriated that now I have to do this because of something like his hair. She said, Jediah's hair, is now an issue to the school. He's 8 years old. Where did he go to school when he was 7 and 6 and 5? Was it the same school? That's what I would like to know. When did he start the school? And when did this, we know it became an issue in September. Okay, Lavona Batts, who filed a lawsuit Monday in Queens Supreme Court. This is discrimination. Batts thought Immaculate Conception, a pre-K-8 Catholic school, was the answer for her, to her prayers. It was supposed to be a fresh start for Jediah after 3 years in a low-performing public school. Okay, so he went from public school to this Catholic school. All right, so Batts registered her son last summer for grade 3. So he's been there a year. She dropped $275 for the school registration fee and another $250 for school uniform. Okay. Yeah, so she's spending all this money. His hair is neat. Look at him in this picture. I don't see anything wrong with his hair. It's something wrong with the people that want to keep focusing on these things. So she didn't spend money to send her son to the school believing it was a better education for him, and it's turning out to be more harmful probably than keeping him in public school. So this is where they try to tear down our children's self-esteem. This is why Your parenting skills are really important at this particular time of your child's life. Whatever they try to do, it's up to you to undo it. And it can be undone. All of the stereotypes and garbage they try to put up in your face, that stuff can be undone at your home when you are dealing with your child one on one. Jediah started the school September 4th and loved his first day. His teacher made him feel welcome, and his classmates embraced him, the mom noted. But the feel good spirit extended only so far. When Jediah's grandmother arrived to pick him up that afternoon, the principal told her, "We don't accept this," while rubbing the top of the boy's head, according to the court documents. What, rub his head like he's a dog? Wow. The school's hair policy, according to its student handbook, instructs boys that hair must be neat and trim, no longer than the top of the shirt collar. No designs, mohawks, ponytails, braids, buns, no hair color. Okay. I mean, it touches the collar. I mean, they talk like it's like way down his back. Jediah, whose name means in God's hands, told his mom he planned to dissent. He loves his hair. Bat says he feels like it makes him look good. It's part of him. He's a very smart boy. He knows he wants what he wants, and he's not going to let anyone change his mind about anything. Well, that's good. But, this goes back to us taking control over our children's education. Their school system is just out here to promote that, uh, you know, prison pipeline. They are only out here to tear down the self esteem of your child and get them ready for the world by accepting, all of this discrimination and white supremacy and all this stuff out here. And see, your cornrows don't fit into the scheme of things, but they shouldn't have to, you know? So I guess they want to strip us all of every shred of our culture so that what are we supposed to do? Just walk around with all of us with a bunch of straight hair? Is that what we're supposed to do? Well, I reject that. And I would urge people in our community to reject that. You should be able to wear your hair in many diversified ways. And nobody at the school or your job or any place else should be pointing this out like this is an offensive thing. They have made it their mission to always come down on us about our hair. I think that is weird. I think it is weird. I just think it's weird for another group of people to point at somebody of a different culture and complain about their hair. That is weird. It's weird. It's weird. I'm sorry. It's weird. So, Bats said she tried to contact the principal to work something out. She didn't want to remove her son from a new school he liked, but also didn't want to force him to get rid of his hair. I understand that. But if the school is not giving you other options, then you're going to have to make either, you can either comply to them, which I wouldn't do. You can consider another school or you can consider homeschooling. I know there's got to be Afrocentric schools in New York. I mean, after all, come on, it's New York. I don't know. So the school didn't budge, telling Bats she had 5 days to change her son's hair according to the lawsuit. Bats said a staffer warned her other Catholic schools would have the same policy. She decided to chance it, pulling her son from the Jamaica school before the start of the first full week and enrolling him in another Catholic school that didn't prohibit his braided hair. She subsequently found a public school that was a better fit, she said. Okay, so I guess this is the Catholic school. Mm, wow. Look at all the trouble you got to go through dealing with these people. It is so not worth it. It's not even funny. And this should not be happening today. What does his hair got to do with him being able to sit in a classroom for hours and be educated? So she said she is suing to recover the enrollment and uniform costs, which she said the school hasn't refunded for emotional damages. She should really be suing for more than just the uniform cost and registration. Excuse me. She really should go after them for the emotional damage done to her son. And like I said, when they deal with these situations, they deal with your child instead of exclusively coming to the parent. I hate the way they do this. You know, when the grandmother showed up, it should not have been no principal standing there rubbing his head talking about this is not allowed. So you already confronted the child instead of saying, you know what, you sit here, I'm going to go talk to your grandmother. That a conversation should have been exclusively with the grandmother. But it's just a form of humiliation, and you can best believe it's being done deliberately, ladies and gentlemen. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Here we go again. And the thing is, every time I see these hairstyles these kids have, it's always neat. It's never all wild and out of control on their hair, and that's another thing. But please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.